Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Libra, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button and go and check out some of the other videos on my channel. So before we start, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Judgment card. Remember, this card is big change, huge change, big movements forward in some way, shape or form. Libra, this is you making that definite decision, and it's not even just making the decision, this is the first step that comes after you make that big decision. Like, this is you putting together or not even putting in place, this is you implementing a big shift or a big change of some sort. I think this is basically the culmination of a few weeks of you being brutally honest with yourself about what you want, what you need. And this week it's like you're saying, you know what, I'm ready now. I'm ready to make the first step towards whatever it is that I've decided to implement, right? This is like literally that week where you get started with all of it, which is perfect because this week we have that new moon in Taurus, which is going to be I'm really looking forward to this one. I have to say, I think it's going to be lush. For your actions and options this week, you have the Tower card, right? What does this say to us? Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh crap, here we go. But remember, your actions and options is about what you do. These are your conscious decisions and the things that you choose to move ahead with. The fact that you've got the Tower card here means that you are going off in a revolutionary direction. This could be you leaving something behind this week. You might decide, you know what, that has had its time. That has had its moment. I've given enough time, energy, commitment to this thing and I'm done with it. But it also suggests that the new path or the new direction that you're going on or towards, especially because you've got the Judgment card here, there is a finality to it, right? It's like whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing this week, there's a sense that you cross a threshold and there is no going back from here. It's like you've created a new normal for yourself in your own sphere of existence. The only thing that I will say to you, remember the Tower card does have that link to the nervous system. So you might find that this week is like high adrenaline, you just feel like really pepped up. Find a way to channel that energy this week. For your communications and conversations, you have the Nine of Pentacles. If it ain't doing what it says on the tin this week, you are not interested. You are all about the quality, not the quantity. Because you've got the Judgment card here as well, this week you are going to call it like you see it, right? So if someone's trying to sell you if someone's trying to sell you, you know, pea as Granny's sweet peach tea, then, you know, you're going to call it as you see it, right? This is going to be a week of stark, brutal honesty, and it might take some people aback. I think this is great because effectively this is you cementing in and aligning with whatever this new normal is for you. For those of you that work for somebody else, this could be a great week for you to get ahead. It does look like some of you might even be giving a bit of an ultimatum to say, you know, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is how I need to grow. If you can't do that, then I'm going to have to start looking at my other options. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, look, this is like some new revolutionary idea or business model that you are ready to put into practice. It looks like some of you are stepping out of your comfort zone into something that looks, I almost want to say, like maybe there's an element of beginner's luck to it, but it's something that you have a natural skill or talent for. And I really like this for you. It kind of feels like you're branching out into something and you're like, okay, I have a rough idea of how this goes, but it's like you discover, actually, you know what, I'm really good at this. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is really that whole energy of quality over quantity is going to be so evident this week. Like, you're being really honest and really brutal about what you think quality is and whether it is or isn't present. And that's a really good place to be. For your money and materials, you have the Death card and it's right underneath the Tower card. I do have to say, I'm sorry to say, and I know a lot of people get really annoyed and peeved with me when I talk about death and, you know, it comes up in readings, but that's the kind of reader I am, unfortunately, and I'm never going to subdue my style or the way that I do things just to make things more comfortable for other people. I'm sorry to say, that's how I was trained. It's how I train my students. I'm very honest, very open with them. Everybody reads how they choose to read, right? And as far as I'm concerned, this is why I'm here, to be as honest as I possibly can about what I see. So you've got the Tower card with the Death card, but you also have the Judgment card in close proximity. And what this suggests to me is, I don't think this is necessarily going to be immediate family. I don't even necessarily consider that this might be human. And I truly hope that I'm wrong on this front. It could be a pet is passing over, and I really hope that I'm wrong on that front, because I know when people lose their fur babies, it's just as painful. Their family, right? When the other way that this could show up is it could literally be like extended family, a family friend, you know, the brother or the sister of an in-law, something like that. It's like you're hearing about death, but it's not specifically for you, if that makes sense. Now, another way that this could show up for you when it comes to just specifically your finances, this month you could be settling a debt by complete surprise. Maybe you come into some money, maybe one of your investments comes good and you say, right, okay, you know what, if I'm ever going to do it, it's now or never. Some of you do have the opportunity to put a debt to rest, which is great. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is like literally your whole reproductive area, so look after yourself there. And then when it comes to your home and environment, well, look, it's the Death card, right? So especially because you've got the Nine of Pentacles here, if you have a garden, a balcony, an outside space, something to do with that really does need to be looked at, you know, and you'll know what I'm talking about if that's specifically you. For your love and relations, you have the Eight of Cups. For those of you that are in partnerships and relationships that have been rocky, it looks like some of you are making that decision this week, right? And especially with the Judgment card, it's like, you know what? It's time. It's time to do this. It's time to make the cut. It's time to make the decision. It's time to take that step. Effectively, this is you stepping into your new destiny or your new direction in a lot of ways, and sometimes that means having to leave certain things or certain people behind. Now, for those of you that are in solid relationships, that Eight of Cups basically says this week you have a chance to talk to your partner and settle a challenge or an issue that you've had in the relationship for some time. And then finally, for those of you that are single, well, look, you ain't gonna find the person where you are. It looks like you are either moving or you're changing something about your environment, and that's likely to bring somebody new into your sphere. For your lunar, your new moon message for the new moon in Taurus, what does the new moon want you to know, or what is it trying to teach you or show you? The Gate 45 and regal. And if there is anything that is truly regal, it really is a peacock, right? What this suggests to me is this week you want to find a way to absolutely strut your stuff, to find your own sovereignty, right? So whether you are or aren't leaving someone or something behind, this is about coming into that knowledge that you will be fine regardless of who comes, who's here, or who goes. This is about finding that sense of self-reliance. This new moon is going to really highlight to you where you don't need anybody, and more importantly, where you got you. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how this one shapes up. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I will see you soon.